Donald Trump is rotting before our eyes on the inside and on the outside, and he's rotting our country. And I guess finally Donald Trump's propagandists addressed the fact that he's physically deteriorating, and what she claims it is something called chronic venous insufficiency. But she goes, oh, chronic venous insufficiency, that just means that Donald Trump, he shakes a lot of people's hands and he takes some aspirin, and that's really what's going on here. But when you take a look at what CVI is, it's a condition where blood doesn't efficiently run from the legs to the heart, often due to damaged valves in the veins. And it seems like Trump may be stage 3 or stage 4 CVI. But for Caroline Leavitt, Donald Trump's propagandist, she goes, nah, it's minor. Just he shakes a lot of hands. Here's what she said yesterday when she addressed it. And when Donald Trump's talking about his health and physical appearance, you know he's distracting from something, right? To use that as a distraction. Here, play this clip.
Recent photos of the president have shown minor bruising on the back of his hand. This is consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking and the use of aspirin, which is taken as part of a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen. This is a well-known and benign side effect of aspirin therapy. And the president remains in excellent health, which I think all of you witness on a daily basis here.
And of course, what he's distracting from is the Epstein list, the release of the Epstein files, which he is covering up. And he's been saying, oh, it's a Democratic hoax, and Obama and Clinton and James Comey were the ones who are actually behind the Epstein files, what he calls the Epstein hoax. And then the Wall Street Journal did that story yesterday where they got their hands on the 50th birthday binder that Jeffrey Epstein got as a gift that Ghislaine Maxwell prepared for Epstein, where Epstein's closest friends wrote Epstein like these letters, and Donald Trump wrote Epstein a letter that says, like, you know, our secrets, our young secret enigmas. No one's going to know about him. It's like words like that. It's like, we know what you're talking about. Epstein ran a sex trafficking ring of young girls. But that's what Donald Trump was writing to Epstein in 2003. But Donald Trump says, that's a fake story by the Wall Street Journal. I didn't even do drawings. I've never drawn photos before. He goes, I don't draw photos. I mean, there's literally so many photos that Donald Trump has drawn. Like, he's quoted in books saying, I like to draw photos, because the guy lies about literally everything. I mean, you take a look yesterday as well. His dog killing, cosplaying Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem gave a press conference, and she goes, what happened in Texas with the flash floods, the way we handled that at FEMA, perfect. She goes, what you saw, this is a direct quote, what you saw happen in Texas was much more how FEMA will look in the future. Here, play this clip.
What you saw happen in Texas was much more how FEMA will look in the future. We won't look like the response to Katrina or the response to even Helene and what happened in North Carolina, where people waited weeks and weeks and months for help or for people to show up, or help was promised and it never came. You look at claims from Katrina, some of them still haven't been paid today.
Much more how FEMA will look in the future. It was the worst possible response. You held off 72 hours from activating urban search and rescue crews. And when confronted with it, you go, it's fake news. You've got rid of the 6 key positions at the National Weather Service in Texas. I mean, this response was absolutely horrible. You fired your call center the day after the horrific flash floods. No bueno, not good at all. And here we are, July 18th, 2025, and there are tons of bodies that are still missing in the United States of America, and they're acting like they're high-fiving each other right there. You know, but as I said, they lie about everything. Here's the message. Here's the email that Donald Trump sent his supporters yesterday. I subscribe to the email list, so you don't have to. Donald Trump, the subject line is, Here's what happened to Social Security. Okay, so you click it, the email. Message from the president on Social Security. No tax on Social Security. Ben, these changes might definitely affect you. Here's what's happened to Social Security. I just signed into law something I'm very proud of. No taxes on Social Security. But don't thank me yet. Democrats and radical judges are trying to shut down all the progress we've made. Let me be very clear. There is nothing about no tax on Social Security in the disastrous budget bill. There are still taxes on Social Security. To say there are no taxes on Social Security is 100% a lie. But this is what these MAGA fascist idiots do. They go to their base and they say, the Democrats are going to block us. No, it's not in the bill. There's nothing about no tax on Social Security. You're lying to seniors. So to all of the seniors out there who are watching this, share this video with your friends, please. One of the ways you could help this network is let's have other seniors get on YouTube and watch this. If they're watching Fox, just say, hey, give the MeidasTouch network a try because Trump's just lying to you. There's nothing about no tax on Social Security in the bill. Go look for yourself. He's 100% a liar. But his MAGA Republican sycophants like Anna Paulina Luna, which isn't really even her real name and no one really knows what her real background is, but she's a congresswoman from Florida. And she's talking about all of the Epstein stuff and what Donald Trump's doing. She's like, coincidence? I think not. Donald Trump's playing 4D chess while these people were playing checkers. This was from the Oval earlier today. Welcome to Washington. What 4D chess are you talking about? All I know is that Donald Trump stole the FIFA trophy and it's right there in the background. Chelsea Football Club got a replica trophy because our criminal felon, sexual abusing, bankrupting piece of crap individual in the office, in the Oval Office, stole their trophy. You see the trophy right there in the background? It's Chelsea Football Club's trophy. What are you doing? You saw Donald Trump steal the medals as well from the people. It was so humiliating. And, speaking of Donald Trump lying and stealing and being a criminal and just being himself, remember how Donald Trump's been saying, oh, we've given those Patriot missiles to Germany and they're on their way to Ukraine. Remember he said that multiple days ago. Remember how the week started with the headlines, Donald Trump's going to be helpful to Ukraine. I'm like, stop listening to the idiot's words. He's literally a felon. Okay, the guy is a fraud. He lies about everything. Stop printing his freaking words and look at his conduct. Have the Patriot missiles been delivered to Germany and to Ukraine? Yes or no? Because as of yesterday, Germany denies knowledge of Patriot missiles en route to Ukraine, contradicting Trump's claims. I cannot confirm that anything is currently on the way. That is not known to me, a spokesperson for Germany's Ministry of Defense. Trump lies about everything. And folks, this has real world consequences as children, as we speak, are running to shelter with their mothers as Russia launches Shahed, those drones that they get from Iran on Kyiv. More on that in a moment, but this is what it looked like 48 hours ago. Play this clip. Speaking of Iran, we've now learned from another intelligence report that's out there that Donald Trump only significantly damaged one of the 3 Iranian facilities. This is worse than what anyone initially expected. 2 of the facilities of the 3 are operational, and nuclear weapons could be made by Iran pretty soon if they wanted to in the next few months. And when you look at the intelligence report, Donald Trump overrode the advice of the generals and the military experts because his instincts were how he wanted to launch the attack. And it resulted in, honestly, let's just call it what it is. It was an utter failure, not because of our military. Our military they're heroic, they're patriotic, but Donald Trump isn't. And he's a malignant narcissist. And he's like, I could fix this. No, you've empowered Iran. You've empowered Russia. You've empowered China. But that may have been the plan all along. I mean, right? Donald Trump says, what he said in April, 2 weeks, and I'll think about sanctions against Putin. Okay, well, 2 weeks passed, and now this week, Donald Trump says he needs 50 days to determine if secondary sanctions will be imposed against Russia. By the way, there's only about $3 billion in trade that takes place between the U.S. and Russia anyway, so I don't even know what it's not exactly going to be a major threat to Putin in the first place. But why 50 days? Because when Trump and Putin spoke on July 3rd, Putin said he needed 60 days in order to complete the offensive he wanted to do against Ukraine. So you add up the amount of days from when Donald Trump said 50 from July 3rd, and it turns out that Donald Trump gave Putin 61 days when Putin asked for 60 days to conquer additional territory in Ukraine. So it all kinds of lines up that way, and it seems to all be inuring to Putin's benefit right here. And again, no, doesn't seem like those missiles are being sent. Now, Donald Trump is also threatening now to sue Rupert Murdoch and Wall Street Journal. He goes, I'm going to sue his ass off. As I mentioned before, he goes, Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. The way you talk is you say you grab women by their genitals and they let you do it because you're rich. You're on tape saying that. And then you're on tape saying that that's locker room talk and that that's how men talk. That's not how men talk. That's how sexual predators like you talk. You've been found liable for sexual assault. I've seen your deposition in the sexual assault case where you tell the lawyer that she's not your type and that you wouldn't have had sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll because she's not your type. And you said that the lawyer's not your type either. I mean, you are a deviant, disgusting, vile human being. You say the most putrid things. I've shown clips before of you giving speeches at high schools where you talk about how you don't like getting urinated on by hookers and golden showers. I have the tapes of you saying, okay, just so people go, Ben, what the hell are you talking about? You can't just say that. Here's Donald Trump at a high school talking about golden showers at a high school in Iowa. Play it.
He was with 4 hookers. You think that was good that night to go up and tell my wife, it's not true, darling. I love you very much. It's not true. Actually, that one she didn't believe because she said he's a germaphobe. He's not into that, you know. He's not into golden showers, as they say they call that. He's not. I don't like that idea. No, I didn't. I thought that would be a big problem. I was going to have a rough night, but that one she was very good on. She said, no.
Sorry, I had to play that. I won't play that again. Just, I don't want to say that. And then you're like, okay, Ben, that's just a crazy thing for you to say. Okay. Meanwhile, you have Donald Trump's State Department. They got rid of the main division that deals with international human sex trafficking, fired those people in addition to other State Department people. And now they're also incinerating a lot of the food that's used to feed people on the verge of starvation rather than find people to give it to. I don't know, maybe bring it to Gaza, maybe bring it to people who are starving to death. But no, we're incinerating all of a large portion of our stockpile of food. Why? Because this authoritarian regime is cruel as hell. Play this clip.
The story here is the nature of the commitment of the United States to food aid, which we all commit to, but also still, like everything else, doing it more efficiently, with less expense, but with the same framework. So yes, I mean there's a dynamic there where we're going to destroy we have before. The emergency food rations in particular that might expire, and then replenish that.
So rotting on the inside, rotting on the outside, rotting our country. And I showed you the evidence and just lying. Just everything's a freaking lie with this idiot. You know, again, as I always say, it shouldn't be Democrat, Republican, or independent. Just let's deal with reality. And we have this felon, sexual abusing, bankrupting idiot running the country, and just say it. Just say what it is. Who palled around with Epstein and used Mar-a-Lago, mind you, as one of the grounds for Epstein sex trafficking, where Epstein would find underage girls at Mar-a-Lago like Virginia Giuffre, who since died by suicide. Go back and watch all the videos I do on it. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching. New Meidas merch drop. Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.meidastouch.com.